What's going on, guys? It's GBP baby. Welcome back to another video. I hope everybody's doing well, and it has been a while, so apologies for the lack of videos. I've been up and down the country a lot, so I've been very busy, but hopefully we can have a bit more of a consistent week, although I am in London on Wednesday. But today and tomorrow and Thursday I should be able to post, and I'll try and do Wednesday. But anyway, let's dive straight into things. As you can see, I have the economic calendar up here on the right. And you can see that we have quite a lot of high impact news on Euro all throughout the week this week. So definitely going to be paying close attention to Euro USD. And then we also have, well, actually, no, my bad. Yeah, Friday's got a lot of high impact news. We've got PPI on the Friday as well. And then we also have this President Trump State of Union speech. Now, I haven't seen this before. I don't know how high impact that's going to be. I don't know what it's about. So if you do drop a comment below. I haven't been following politics much, but you can see we also have some high impact news tomorrow. Obviously, that speech on Wednesday. Thursday, jobless claims. I do like jobless claims, so I'm hoping it's going to be a pretty standard week in terms of delivery. Because there's nothing crazy other than PPI on the Friday, but generally speaking, it should be a pretty safe week, so to speak. And then we'll probably have non-farm payrolls next week, of course, with the start of March. Now, this month has absolutely flown. And yeah, let's just dive straight into things. So you can see here we have the dollar up, and we've been in this consolidation over the past few weeks now. A lot of back and forth price action. Last week we closed much higher, which I didn't anticipate happening. So that's, the fact that it went completely against our bias is telling us a lot about where the market wants to draw to and where it's moving to. And we've also closed above this down close, which then essentially makes this a bullish order block. And then the thing that I'm looking towards now that we've closed above this, is going to be, okay, what's the nearest premium PD array that I can see? And there's obviously this very clear and large fair value gap between this low and this high. So I'd like to see if price can push its way into this fair value gap to trade into this week. And then on the back of that, we should be able to use, we need to look at discount PD arrays that price should be able to use to maneuver into there. And that would be this bullish order block. And what we can do is we can split the order block up like we always do. Look at the 50% level, look at the 25% level, and just around these ranges, this is going to just give us an idea as to where I'm expecting price to find support. So we'll just get these levels marked out, the 25% level off the order block. Remember, this is a weekly order block as well, so it should be very sensitive to price in terms of these levels I'm marking out, and the 50% level as well. And what I'm going to do is are these straight? Yeah, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to just write in there 25% level of weekly bullish order block. And then here I'm going to do pretty much the same. But obviously this is the 50% level. And now with that in mind, we know that around here we should be looking for PD arrays that price may potentially want to tap into to then use to trade higher and trade into our ideal weekly fair value gap that we have right here. So with that all in mind, let's go down to the daily. And you'll see that price is already opened on Monday, gapping lower and traded straight down to that 25% level. I'm allowing price to want to dip lower if need be. That won't be the end of the world. Ideally it doesn't, but it's very possible it will be. It's very rare for the low to be made on a Monday anyway. And then what we're going to be looking at is going to be the Sunday opening price as well. So when we drop down to the 4 hour, we should be able to find that. And you can see that is right here. So let's get that delineated. And you can see that Sunday opening price dropped straight down below there. So let's make this straight. We'll make this red. And you can see our price traded straight down to that 25% level, turned around, and is now back above it. But like I said, I anticipate price to potentially spend a little bit more time below there before we see expansion to the upside into that weekly fair value gap I want to see price draw to. And then I'm also looking at these relative equal highs that we have here and here as a draw on liquidity as well, because of how relatively equal they are, as in price tends to want to draw to these things. So let's get that delineated as well. Buy side liquidity up there. So we know where price wants to draw to. We know that this is the Sunday opening price. We can see that price has already dropped below it. And like I said, we're just playing around at the opening of it. And the fact that we haven't aggressively traded through it just yet on the upside, and we're still, you know, fiddling about, so to speak, is what's suggesting to me that we may be spending a bit more time here than anticipated. A bit more time here than we realized, because as far as I'm concerned, usually once we're above that Sunday opening price will just leave it and move up to the next PD array. But because we're hanging around, it's very possible price will want to dip down below there again. So we need to keep that into account. And although we have created a low here on Monday, I'm not saying that Tuesday is necessarily going to go lower than this low, but we can look at significant lows that formed, such as here at 11 a.m. during the New York, 10 a.m. sorry, during the New York session. Price may want to attack these as lows for sell side liquidity if we are to come back down below there. So let's just get that marked out for reference sake, and I'll just get these daily dividers up for us as well. Don't forget to join the Discord, guys. I am active in there, and I'll just quickly do the rest of the days like so. Friday, and then we start the wonderful month of March, which is also my birthday. But let's get that. I'm happy with that, like that. And like I said, this sell side liquidity target, I'm going to leave that here because I'm under the impression that price may want to come and trade down into this. So as much as I want to see price run up to this buy side liquidity, I'm not necessarily anticipating that price is going to do it this early in the week, and it might want to do it later. So with that in mind, we need to allow price to want to come down and potentially tap this sell side liquidity. But with that in mind, we do have a bullish order block here, and like I said, we are above that Sunday opening price. So it's all going to depend on how the Asian session trades. And here, I hate doing this because I am technically arguing both sides of the market. But as we go back up to the 4 hour, what you'll see is that we have because of how much back and forth price action we've had, as far as I'm concerned, it should be quite a high resistance to get up there in the first place, which is why I'm just being a little bit cautious with calling any kind of highs or lows, etc. So as much as we do want to see price move up to these highs, I don't want to see it happen too quickly. Now we do have this Monday buy side liquidity target as well, as in we created a high there, which would be nice for price to potentially trade to. But again, we're looking quite bullish as we start the Asian range. So London session will tell us a lot. Ideally, if we haven't touched this buy side liquidity by we get to Wednesday, then I'd want to start targeting it regardless of whether we've touched into this discount. To be honest, looking at it on this time frame, I doubt price is going to need to come all the way down back into this sell side, but I don't want to speak too soon. And yeah, this is what I basically got my eyes set on. And then looking at the way we've traded here, down, up, down, up, down, and just got above it. If price is to dip down around here, it shouldn't spend too much time. So I think the Asian range is going to be form quite a strong basis for us to trade in the new day, because like I said, these relative highs are looking very clean. So I'm just going to rerun over everything I've just said because it can come across quite confusing. Overall for the week, my target is this buy side liquidity. I doubt price is going to want to reach it on Tuesday. And then moving into Tuesday, I'm anticipating that another low should be made, as in significant low. And that means I want price to dip back below this Sunday opening price. And I'm allowing price to run these sell stops, although ideally, and looking at it now, like I said on this time frame, I doubt price is going to want to run it, as in it'll probably hold it. So if this can stay intact and price does drop below that Sunday opening price, we should have quite a nice stretch later on in the week into our buy side liquidity target. This is assuming we don't run the Monday high. If we run that Monday high, whole different story, and price may want to roll over into our fair value gap a little bit quicker than we anticipated originally. So I hope that all makes sense. I am going to get rid of this just because, I'm not going to get rid of it. I'm going to make it black because I'm not seeing it as a sell side liquidity target anymore. Let's get rid of that. And what I'm seeing this more as is that if we broke this low, then I'd expect these lows to get taken, and then I'll be looking for that 50% level I talked about at the very beginning of the video. If we can, like I said, if we can stay above this, that shows a level of strength, and I'll be happy to use that bias to help push later on in the week and like start running this buy side and start reaching for this buy side to get into our weekly fair value gap I spoke about. So I hope that will make sense, guys. Let's now head on to GBP USD. I'm going to delete everything, and we'll start here on the weekly as well. And what you'll find is that GBP is quite weak as well after last week in terms of how aggressively we pushed to the downside. And you can see there isn't actually a fair value gap here that GBP is traded to, or it was right here, but it's already done the work. So what that means for GBP is that we need to start looking at Euro GBP and start thinking about, okay, what's it going to be doing if it's already done the work? Well, usually it'll go into some kind of consolidation, unless it does want to potentially target these lows, but I'm quite doubtful of that, especially with this being this late within the month. Nonetheless, we have a range that's starting to form. You can see on Monday we traded higher, back above that short gap, but you can see we closed below it. The fact that we're closing below this is showing a level of respect, which I am keen on. And the fact that we ran these stops on the Monday makes me want to look at the 50% level of the large wick that actually ran those stops and mark out that 50% level. And similarly, as I was saying, if dollar manages to drop to some extent, I'd expect pound to want to rally to it some extent, and that in this case would be that 50% level. And then I'm happy for us to run that Monday low as a sell side liquidity target, as in this will be very low hanging fruit because it's a daily low. And then similarly, I'm looking at the large wicks that we have right here. And there's relative equal lows. But it'll be interesting to see if price wants to try and attack that midpoint. So let's now drop down to the 4 hour. And you can see how prices came off of that high. Again, a lot of wicking. And now looking at it again, I'm probably more concerned about the 25% level than the 50% level off that wick. So let's get that marked out. And I'm going to move that down. You see, this is how I maneuver through time frames. It's so important to understand what we're looking at and when. Because as much as these high time frame levels are relevant, you'll find on the low time frames it will tell you, okay, if we can use an even closer PD array, that will probably be more relevant to us. Let's go down to the 1 hour, and you can see how prices is consolidated at this. And look at this kind of heavy consolidation above highs, as in we've ran these buy stops quite cleanly today. Strong consolidation, very high resistance. So any kind of rallying, this will pretty much be the highest I want to see price trade, and then I want to see it roll over, run out those sell stops, and start pushing down towards this discount. Again, there are some relative equal lows below here, but the thing is, my issue with this is that once it goes below there, I'm not sure where it's going to be drawing to, so I don't want to be calling that as a potential draw right now. Right now, all I'm focused on are these relative equal lows, this here and this here, this 50% level of the large wick, remember, from the weekly, and remember this premium 25% level of the large wick. We'll go down to the 15-minute, take a closer look. Again, Asian range just started, so it'll be interesting to see how that plays out. But generally speaking, moving into the London session, I'd like to see price basically just roll over and run out that sell stop in line with dollar opening in London and rolling higher into that buy side liquidity and potentially running up towards our fair value gap. Assuming we don't want to play around in that, this discount part, I'm going to just shade this a certain color, just because this is where I'd be looking for. I'll be paying very close attention to price, essentially, if it does want to come in this range. So that's going to be everything. I hope that will make sense on GBP. Again, Asian range, who knows? It's very possible I might post this video and by I posted it, we ran these sell stops already. And if that's the case, then we know where our next target is. It's down here. And then we'd want to see potentially a reversal later on in the week. But we can talk about that in tomorrow's video. And then we'll finish up on Euro USD. I'm going to clear the charts here as well. And we'll start here on the weekly. And similarly, we've created a bullish order block. We've traded into that bullish order block on the weekly already today. And where are we looking? Again, fair value gap. So I'm looking at this high. I'm looking at this low. I'm looking at this low. And this is going to be our drawn liquidity, as in this is our next discount PD array that price should be wanting to pull towards. Again, we have a bearish order block right here that we've tapped into, and if we go down to the daily, we should be able to get a closer look. You can see we traded into that, crossing paths with this, running stops above here. So actually, seeing the way that price is delivering does suggest that price may want to run tomorrow, as in run quickly into this fair value gap. And seeing how the pairs are delivering compared to dollar, it looks like it's very possible that the pairs are going to pull that, may very well pull dollar, as in we might see euro move very quickly, especially with all the high impact news we have on euro this week. We might see price move very quickly to try and fill this fair value gap, and then dollar's going to be forced to try and get up into this premium. So again, as much as I'm looking at the Sunday opening price, and I was saying I doubt the low's been created on Monday, it's a very much a possibility, as in, like I said, the London session is going to tell us a lot about tomorrow and how it plays out. Nonetheless, let's go down to the 1 hour, take a closer look. You can see we're kind of on the cliff here. Again, Asian range, but nonetheless, relative equal lows. As in a nice, easy, low-hanging fruit, drawn liquidity right there for price to want to pull towards. So I've got my eyes set on that. And then again, it's just the resistance it's creating. Like it's classic back and forth price action. But look, Like there's certain elements of it. For example, we have a range here, 50% level, classic, rollover, 25% level, classic, rollover. Like it's hunting, and it's already ran buy stops, as in we've had this significant swing high right here, and we've had this significant swing high right there, and those buy stops got swept absolutely gorgeously today at 6 p.m. right here. So it's accumulated buy side liquidity. It needs to offset it somewhere, and that fair value gap in the discount from the weekly time frame would be the perfect place to do that for potential reaccumulation. So if we find that we get there quicker than we realize, so maybe it gets to Wednesday and we're already in this discount, then we can expect that Thursday or Friday might give us a reversal or the start of some kind of reversal, because that's where we want to be thinking about buying, if that makes sense. But I don't want to speak too soon, and it has been a while. But I'm just looking at the way we've ran these relative equal highs so beautifully, came off it very beautifully, and now we're rolling quite nicely into the new day to start attacking what looks like relative equal lows. Like it seems like a very easy and simple setup. And like I said, it's a weekly fair value gap. Same on dollar as well. Weekly fair value gap in the premium. We have ran stops here and here. We ran that early hours, and then you can see price has broken through that Sunday opening price, and it's sitting quite nicely on top of it. And again, look at the range. We've got a internal range right here, and look at the 50% level. Price is sat on top of that almost beautifully, which is what's giving me doubts now that we're even going to think about coming back below that Sunday opening price. So yeah, food for thought. But Sunday, London, I wouldn't be surprised if it kept pushing price higher to run out this buy side liquidity, because it seems like it's in a bit of a rush. But yeah, hope that all makes sense, guys. Don't forget to drop a like, drop a comment, smash subscribe, join the mailing list, join the Discord. All of the links are in the description. Turn on post notifications, and I'll catch you guys tomorrow. Peace.